Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. My name is Kata. Welcome to K2B Fitness and welcome to today's workout. We have a strength workout today using dumbbells, and if you have one, you can grab a step bench. Now, for some of the exercises, you can use just a step stool if that is something that you have available to practice, or if you have stairs nearby, you can also do some of these exercises using the stairs in your house. Just make sure that they're safe stairs. For example, my stairs going into my basement are not what I would call safe. But like at my mom's place, she has stairs that are enclosed and safe, and it's all good. So that being said, we're going to be doing some exercises using the step bench or using a step stool or stairs, or you can do a modification. And for example, when we're down doing the bird dogs with the tricep kickbacks, you don't have to be on the bench. You can be on your hands and knees, or you can even do the exercise standing. There's a lot of different options. You can make this workout work for you. You can do the exercises at an incline or standing. You don't have to go down to the floor. It's all about comfort level. But we're going to warm up, and then we are going to go ahead and get started. So grab some dumbbells, grab some water, grab a little bit of space, and we're going to get going. All right, we're gonna start with just a nice good toe lift. All right, right foot only, we're gonna rock toe and heel. And some of you know, have been doing workouts with me for a long time, I'm usually barefoot, but when I'm using this bench, I have to wear shoes. All right, switching over to the other side, lift and lift. So when I'm using the bench or I'm doing resistance bands, I've tried to do resistance bands without shoes and it does not work well. All right, bring it into the center. We're just gonna open and close. So start to wake up those shoulders. Good, 4, 3. All right, we're gonna take the arms up, reach and down. Think about waving to somebody across the field, adding a little side bend, trying to get their attention. Or if you're like me and you're short, we're trying to get that last little bit of window that we're trying to wash because you are too lazy to go get a step stool. That would be me. 4, 3, 2. All right, bring it in the center, slow deadlift, reach it down. Stand up nice and tall. So a good way to practice this is you can have your hands reaching down, shoulder blades pulled back and down, squeezing, or you can also think shoulder blades back and down, press into the thighs. So we don't want to press and round our upper back. We want to hinge, press it down, squeeze to come back up, reach. All right, we're gonna take it down. Take it down and hold it. Nice, good position. Brace the core, arms out, open and close. Starting to wake up the upper body, wake up the torso. This is basically an open book if you've ever done yoga. Good, think about opening that shoulder back behind you. Other arm reaches for the floor. 2. Good, bring it all the way up. We're going to pull and reach. So ribs are tucked. We're thinking our arms are reaching towards the wall that's behind us. Try to keep it in contact with the wall the entire time. All right, bring it in, slow squat. Take it down, lift back up. Test, little tail feather tuck. We want to try not to arch our back and stick out our buns, but we don't want to tuck so much that we have to push the knees forwards in order to sit into that squat. So it's a little tuck, bend the hips, knees, and ankles, drop it down, lift it back up. Good, bring it up in the center, arms up. We're just gonna do a nice good march. So we're bracing our core. Nice good lift, 8, 7, 4, 3, take the legs a little wide. We're gonna start to add a little rotation. Now, if you have osteoporosis, osteopenia in your spine, I want you to just keep the legs wide, no rotation. All right, bring it in the center, forward step, take it back. Now we're gonna add reach and pull. All right, we're gonna slow it down. So we're going to reach it down, drop the knees, squeeze it together in the back. Reach and pull. Good, make sure you've got the space, step it back, reach the arms up, drop it back down. So arms are coming up, drop the back knee to the floor. Reach, lift, one more time. Good, bring it in the center. Now option one, if you have the bench, is I want you to take your hands down to the bench, step back into a plank, step forwards, and stand up tall. If you have a chair nearby, I want you to do the same thing. So you can do the same thing, seat of the chair. If you don't have a chair, you don't have a bench, I want you to squat down and I want you to walk yourself out into a plank and then walk yourself back forwards. Or you can think like when we're doing a burpee, you can take your hands to the floor. Having your hands on an incline just makes this a little bit easier. So you choose. And like my bench is really rough, so I almost want to get like a mat or a grippy pad or something, because otherwise I get lines on my hands. Good, bring it all the way up. Roll the shoulders. Grab a quick drink of water. We are going to go ahead and get started. So today's workout is 45 seconds work, 15 seconds rest, 2 rounds, and we have a right side, a left side, and then a both. So for round 1, for the leg exercises, if it's a new exercise to you, I highly recommend doing it body weight only. For this one, the lower your bench is, the closer to the ground, the easier this is going to be. The higher, the harder. So we're gonna stand on the bench. This is your bench option. Take the toe back. Now I want you to hinge back, tap the toe, and then come right back up again. What we don't want to do is go all the way down and rest the foot on the ground. So we're just going to be here, and then we're going to come right back up again, okay? Other option is you can do kind of a split stance squat. So you can sit and then you can stand. So this is a knee strengthener, knee stabilizer. We're gonna do right then left, and then we're gonna do rows, right, left, and then both. So start on that bench, 45 seconds in 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're nice and tall. Hinge the hips back. We're gonna tap the toe down, and then we're gonna stand nice and tall. So it's a tap. So that was a little bit too far for me. So you are gonna shift your weight a little bit forwards. What we don't wanna do is stay super tall and push that knee forwards. It's a hinge. We should feel this in our buns. Push and then stand tall. So this is a really good glute exercise. And again, if you've got stairs, it's a little bit trickier for this one because we don't have the same support for our foot all the way to our heel, but you can do this on a set of stairs. 2 and 1. Bring it up. Shake it out. We're going to do the same thing on the other leg. So again, if your stairs are short, you might have your heel hanging off. I want you to try not to have that heel hanging off. 2 and 1. So stabilize. Push the hips back. You'll see my knee is going forwards, but I'm not actively pushing it to the front. So I'm just hinging it back. I'm having a hard time balancing on this leg today. So take it down and bring it in. So this is the leg that I need to work on a little bit, and I know it. So this is a good thing. So just nice and tall. Oop. So you can see this one's kind of tricky. Our body naturally kind of starts to want to drop all the way down as we get closer to the floor, but I want you to keep that weight in that front leg. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Rows. Right, left, to both. Right, left, to both. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hinge it. So right, left, both, and both. Good. right, left. Here's 2 and 1. Right, left, double, and double. So it's a nice good squeeze. Drive that elbow back, reaching towards the front of your hips. Sometimes we pull and we pull straight up and down. This turns it into a bicep exercise. So if your biceps are feeling really tired, really focus on that squeeze of the back and your shoulder blades. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, weights down. Round 1 is done. Same thing for round 2. If you want to grab a little resistance this time, go for it. I'm going to stick with body weight here. 3, 2, and 1. So hinge, tap, and bring it back up again. This is also going to help you engage your core. So this isn't just legs. We're working on leg stability, working on ankles, balance, and we're working on bracing our core to hinge back and come up. You can also do a kickstand deadlift. So that's a little bit of another option where you just do your kickstand deadlift. There's just a little bit less knee in that particular exercise, but that's not a bad thing. Good, 10 seconds. You should be feeling your buns right about now. Good, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in, shake it out. Switching over to the other side. Then you don't have to be on the end of the bench like I am. You can be right in the center as long as you've got good support for your foot. 3, 2, and 1. Good. So hinge it back, bring it up nice and tall. And you can tap the bench in the middle if you need to. Work on that stability, work on that balance. So we want to keep 90+% of the weight on our front leg. We don't want to let the back foot rest on the ground. So this isn't a step up. This is a tap back, little lunge. 10 seconds to go. Then we're going to go for our rows, round number 2. We have 4 circuits, and this is how we're going to go today. Good job. Bring it up. Rows, right, left, and both. And for anybody that has an Apple Watch or a tracker, I'm just using traditional strength training. Here we go. So right, left, and both. And again, we don't want to rotate our torso for these, especially on the singles. And this is another one that if you have osteoporosis, I want you to just do both arms at the same time. So we reduce that chance that you're going to rotate. Because we still want to get strength training in, we just want to do it in a way that's safe for our spine. 15 seconds, and we're going to move on. Circuit number 2. Here's 4, 3, 2. I'm going to get my last 2 in. Right here. Good. Bring it in. Shake it out. Grab a quick drink of water. Going to move on. Circuit number 2. So we're going to do a pulsing squat, and I'm probably going to lower my bench. We're going to do a pulsing squat, 2, 1, press and leg lift. I'm definitely going to lower my bench. But grab a weight you feel comfortable doing an overhead press with. And I hope I don't hit my light. We're going to do right side, left side, and then we're going to do a plank up, down on the bench or the floor or on the chair. So 3, 2, and 1. So offset squat. We're just going to go down 3, 2, press up, lift, and take it down. 3, 2, 1, lift. Now if you're here, 3, 2, 1, you can still do this. You're just not going to have the bench, and that's okay. 2, 1, and press. Again, this is core. This is making it a little bit more single leg work. Shift. Nice and tall. If you need to, right here. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in, shake it out. So give yourself a little bit of room. Adjust as needed. This is the great thing about working out in small spaces, right? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Press and lift. Brace that core. What's going to help right here? Straighten that leg, push that bench away. 1, lift. So nice, good press. If you need to, tap in. That's okay. But I want you to think about that leg lift. 1, press it. We have 10 seconds to go. 2, and 1. All right, plank up downs. You can do elbow, elbow, hand, hand on the floor on a bench, or we're here on the bench, down, down, up, up. Your time is on. So down, down, up, up. Now if you have a really little bench, straddle the bench, push up, but don't take the hand up to take it off. Go down, push up. So if your bench is really small, like a step stool, you can just push up, tap, and then back down. If you were just staying on the floor, elbow, elbow, hand, hand. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. We're going to repeat that again. So grab that dumbbell, overhead press, pulsing squat, and you can do a leg lift with the press. Here's 2 and 1. Here we go. So 3, 2, 1. Press up and lift. This takes a lot of control. Getting a little more single leg, a little different kind of a workout here. Press it up. 3, 2, 1, lift. Good press. Remember, if you're on the floor, and I'm feeling this, 3, 2, 1, toe tap or leg lift, press it out. Good. 2 and 1. Bring it in. Shake it out. Moving on. Other side. Nice, good pulse. My legs are already getting a little shaky. Here's 2 and 1. So hinge it back. Sit. 2, 1. Press. Reach that arm up. 2, 1. Press. Hold that balance. We don't want to lean, especially if we've got a dumbbell. We don't want that dumbbell going off to the side. 3, 2, lift. Good press. Control it on the way down. I know you lose your balance, but we don't want to just drop it. Ten seconds to go. You can see I'm getting a little tired, but I'm still controlling it. 3, 2, and 1. All right, plank up downs. Plank up down. So elbow, elbow, hand, hand, or on that bench. 3, 2, and 1. So incline. Press it up. Take it down. If you did all one hand first, the first round, switch it on this one. Or I want you to think about alternating right then left. As we do this, don't let your body wobble side to side, okay? Brace the core. We're just doing kind of an odd push-up. Down, lift. We've got 12 seconds to go. Bring it up on your toes. Give it a shot. Wide legs. It's gonna make this a little easier. 3, 2, and 1. Knees down. Roll the shoulders. Walk it around. Grab a quick drink of water. We're gonna move on. Circuit number 3. So we're gonna do bird dog with a kickback right, bird dog with a kickback left, and then lunges and curls. And you have the option to do the lunges off of the bench. So bird dog with a kickback. You can absolutely do this standing, hand on the seat of a chair, holding a bird dog, you'd be higher, or you can do this on the ground with me. So on the ground or on the bench. You're gonna take one leg back, arm is up, kick it back, bring it in. 3, 2, and 1. So good 45 seconds. We're getting core work in here today in addition to strength training. Now for that kickback, check your elbow position. Make sure we're not down here like this. This is actually a bicep curl. We gotta lift that elbow, have that arm reach, straighten out. That's what's going to get our tricep. We gotta lift against gravity. So really from here to here is our optimal position. We don't need to come all the way to our shoulder. Kick it and down. 10 seconds to go. Then we're gonna switch sides, same thing. Before we come up to standing again, lunges with curls. 2 and 1. Bring it in, shake it out. Switching it over to the other side. And again, you can do this on the floor. You don't have to be on the bench. 2 and 1. Good. Shoulder down and back, away from the ear. Brace the core so we're not arching. And we don't want to round. I know I always say flat back, and this is what people think that I mean. What I mean is you have natural curves in your upper and lower spine. I want you to find those natural curves, but I don't want you to make them bigger or make them disappear completely. So just a nice good squeeze. Take it back, bring it in. Good, we've got 10 seconds to go. We're gonna come up for lunges. Off the bench if you'd like. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, lunges off of the bench or just on the floor. Nice good bicep curls. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So I'm going to lunge and I'm going to press up. Lunge and press up. This is another one that the lower your bench is, the easier this is going to be. So start with flat on the floor, then try just the platform. Then your next option is to add in a set of risers, and then maybe 2. We don't want our knee to go too far past parallel unless your knees are okay with that. Mine are okay. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, bird dog, tricep kickback. So we're gonna take it down, onto the bench, onto the floor, or standing. Here we go. So nice, good kickback. Leg is out, your time's on. Reach and in. Test. Really watch your arm position. Try not to go shoulder and back. Try to stop when your elbow is directly over your wrist. So try to do, it's kind of a half kickback, but that is going to keep the tension on your muscle for the longest amount of time. Make it really effective. We had 15 seconds. And I naturally start creeping forwards, so I really gotta watch this. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. We're gonna shake it out, switch it over to the other side. Good, here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. So kick back, bring it in. If your balance is not feeling great today and you're spending more time wobbling, take that back toe, tap it to the ground, or stay fully on hands and knees. Keep an eye on the hips. I start to scooch my hips back, and that's gonna take away the core factor, and I really wanna keep that in. So I'm trying to keep shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, and a nice flat back. Just think you've got a dinner plate or a glass of super cold water on your back. Although I'm warm enough that that cold water might actually feel pretty good. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, bringing it up. We have lunges with bicep curls. Now, if you've got a bench, I'm on the short side. You are welcome to be on the long side. Here we go. Curl with a good lunge. You can be on the long side. I'm just here because I don't have a lot of space and I want everybody to be able to see what I'm doing. So that is my focus for being sideways. Feel free to face forwards. Feel free to just do a basic lunge right on the floor. That front knee, we don't want to do like we did with the tap. Don't let that knee go way forwards. Keep it over the shoelaces. Drop the back knee to the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in, shake it out. Walk it around. Grab a quick drink. All right, we're gonna be down on the ground again. You can stay up. If you are staying up when we do the ITL, really pay attention to your body position. But we're going to be down. If you want to use dumbbells, you're gonna need something really light. I'm gonna use a 3, and that's probably gonna be about all I'm gonna do. So ITL, right, left, and then on our back for reverse crunches, you can be on the bench. Again, this is one on the bench, on hands and knees. For me, the bench is gonna give me a little bit more range of motion. You can even do this half kneeling or standing. But we're gonna brace our core. We're gonna lift I, T, and then open the palm forward for your press back. That's your kind of L. So you're gonna go up and out. 45 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. So I do thumb up, back of the hand to the side, and then palm facing forwards like we're taking the knuckles and the back of the hand towards the ceiling, press it back. So thumb, back of the hand, press it back. We don't want to round and do a straight elbow or a bent elbow when we go forwards. We're nice and tall, thumb to the ceiling, back of the hand out, L to reach. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're gonna flip it over to the other side. Same thing. Now, if you've got really sketchy shoulders, I want you to try this body weight or with maybe hold on to something. Here we go. So lift and side. When I was doing physical therapy on my shoulder, I started body weight and then they let me use a whole whopping butter knife, okay? When we start sticking with, maybe an ounce, if that. Then I got to work my way up to one of those little cans of diced tomatoes and green chilies, or I should say just the green chilies. A little bitty can or like a cat food can. That is what I worked my way up to. So when you're consistent, you eventually get there. And now I'm able to use dumbbells, still pretty light. Last one. Good. All right. Roll over onto your back. If you've got a bench, you can be on your bench. Your buns, for me, this one's short. Your buns are going to be all the way at the end. Head is still a little bit supported. I hold on to my bench. I'm going to reverse crunch, tap the toes. Reverse and tap. Now my bench is super short, so I have to make sure that I'm not arching my low back and dropping my hips. I come back to neutral and then I tap down. Crunch, neutral, and tap. You can do this on the floor, just a little crunch and a little heel or toe tap. If you're standing, you are welcome to just do a standing crunch. So knee to elbow as you march, or just weighted marches, no bend in your spine. Good job, bring it in. We're gonna come over, back onto our hands and knees. We're gonna go for those ITLs again. Two and one. So we're just gonna do up. Now I'm gonna rotate, thumb out to the side this time, and I'm going to rotate. Can I kind of open my thumb out to the side when I do my press back, and can I try to open it back behind me? This requires a little thinking. So again, if you're standing, you're gonna be right here, doing the same thing we are. Good, lift, lift, press back. I want you to think about being as parallel to the floor as you can get. I like doing hand on the seat of a chair. That helps me stay nice and stable. Last one. Good job, bring it in. Switch it over to the other side. So find your position. 3, 2, 1. Good. So get as parallel to the floor as you can get. Up, out, and then press it back. So thumb raises front, thumb raises side, and then we open, almost like we're trying to get our thumb to rotate behind us. It's not going to go there, and that's okay. So thumb, rotate, and open back. Now, this weight is actually probably a little light, but that's okay because we're getting a lot of reps. Good, 10 seconds. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, roll over onto your backs, reverse crunch. This is your last exercise. I'm going to stay up just to demo. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, so reverse crunch. So you have an option where you can just think about doing an elbow to a knee standing crunch. We don't want to yank on our head no matter what we're doing. Osteoporosis, osteopenia, you are going to just go back for that nice good march. You can add a dumbbell here or even a dumbbell on either side, but you're just not going to rotate and turn your spine. The rest of us on the floor, on our backs, just a nice good reverse crunch. Take it down. Now you can do your reverse crunch and stop here, especially if you get to about here and all of a sudden you feel your buns sliding back up towards your hips because you're arching your back. Good, last one. Take it down. Give yourself a break, give yourself a breather. You can walk it around, you can rest on your bench, you can rest on the floor. Just take a few minutes, take a nice deep breath. All right, when you are ready, we are going to come off of the bench and we're going to think about coming down to the floor. If you need to stay up, you are welcome to stay up. You don't have to come to the floor. If you've got a bench, you can sit on the bench, especially for some of these exercises, some of these stretches, because the first one that we're going to do is a deep squat. So if you've got your bench, this is another one, higher is better. You're going to sit as tall as you can. Pull those feet as close in as you can, as far as your knees and your hips and your ankles will let you. You're still going to be tall, so even if you hinge forwards, we're not going to round and hinge forward, but I want you to think about pressing out on those inner thighs. If you don't have a bench, low chair or sit on the floor, and you're gonna do the same thing. So the hard part for this is a lot of times if we're really tight, we do this. I want you to be as tall as you can, bringing those legs in and sitting as wide as you can. Good stretch. If you can, deep squat. You can put a mat, rolled up mat underneath your heels, but it's also a good sign that you need to work on some ankle mobility. I was not always able to do these. I had to start with something underneath my heels. So there's no shame in that. It just means you got to work on it a little bit and you'll get there. It might take a little bit longer, but that's okay. We just got to practice. Should still be able to breathe. No problems here. Good. All right. We're going to take it all the way down onto our buns, or sitting in a chair or sitting on your bench. We're going to do our 90-90, taking the hips side to side. If you've got that bench, or if you're sitting in a chair, you're going to do your turn and you're going to kind of turn all the way to the side. So you're going to rotate all the way over. So if you're not ready to go down to the floor yet, you can still do this exercise. Now what we don't want to do is we don't want to get stuck, like leaving our foot flat and doing a lot of pulling. We're really turning and trying to turn the entire body. Drop this knee towards the floor, internally rotate. This one goes out and bring it over. This is a really good one to work on your hips. If you've got tight hips, maybe you have to stop and hang out for a minute because you got that zing. Hang out, relax, then go over to the other side, same thing, hang out, relax. Take some breaths, relax, and then go back over. Here's 2 and 1. Good, bring it in. We're just going to take our legs into a comfortable position. One hand reaches for the other, one hand basket weaves with the other. Lengthen your elbows, and then you're going to lift and do a nice good stretch, reaching back. If you can't reach the arms back. You can grab the back of the chair, whatever works for you. Some of you might be flexible enough to do this one with me, where you come up into that reverse tabletop and walk your feet forwards until you feel a really good stretch. Now notice I'm not shrugging my shoulders by my ears. I'm pushing the bench away. Whatever works to stretch the front of your shoulders, that's what we're going for. Good, bring it in. Now we're gonna flip it over onto hands and knees. You can use a chair, you can use a bench, you can use a countertop. We're gonna sit our hips back to our heels. We're gonna reach those arms out. And yes, you can do this on the floor, but if you can, I want you to do this one on a bench or a chair, a footstool, your couch, because what I want you to think about doing is we're going to have our elbows on that bench. You might be more upright, but I want you to give yourself a nice good pat on the back, pat on the shoulder, keep the elbows up, and then drop it down. Still trying to drop your ears between your elbows. So this is just a nice good stretch for our lats. You can add a little side to side wiggle. Good, bring it up, bring yourself forward. We're gonna take our hands, bench, floor, countertop, tuck the toes under, lift up into a down dog, little hamstring stretch. Now I've got really tight hamstrings, so I'm going to keep my heels up, but keep my knees straight because I want to focus on the hamstrings here. Good, now I'm going to soften my knees and I'm going to do walk the dog. So I'm going to think about alternating heel lifts. If you don't want to be in a down dog position, you can hold a plank position, incline plank. Good, 2, 1, bring it in. We're gonna pull ourselves forwards and we're going to drop the hips. Now, if this is not a comfortable position for you, you can be on your knees, or you can go all the way down onto your forearms on the floor. and do a nice good stretch. Don't have to use the bench. This is just for those of you that maybe are a little more flexible. If you've got osteoporosis, this is a no-no. We're not going to do this. We're going to bring it up, push the hips down just until you feel a little stretch in the front of your hips, okay? So we don't want to put the pressure on the low back. We just push those hips down. Good. Sit it back. We're going to come up to standing. So you can just walk yourself forwards. Stand up nice and tall. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down into your back pocket. Good. Shoulders down. Ear to shoulder, side to side. Good. Bring the head up. Pull the chin back just a little bit. Look to the right. Look to the left. Good, bring it in. Big breath in, spread your fingers as far apart as you can. Exhale, bring it down. One more time, big breath in. And out, and you are all done. So I want you to give yourself a nice good pat on the back for doing that workout with me, whether you used a bench or not. I just like incorporating it because I know some people have them, and it's a good way to work on some knee strength and stability. If you do have issues with your knees, a good thing to practice actually is walking backwards on a treadmill very slowly. Just turn it on so that it starts at whatever the lowest speed is. Hold on to the rails if you need to, walk backwards, or you can do it here, just being very purposeful about nice, good walking backwards. Plus, those toe tap backs that we did is another really good one. So you can work on that for a little bit of knee strength as long as you feel comfortable doing so. I hope you enjoyed today's workout. If you did, give me a thumbs up. And if you want to see more workouts, go ahead and subscribe. I teach live classes on Zoom Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Central and Wednesday and Friday at 7 a.m. Central. And then I do the free YouTube class here on Saturdays. So this one's free. I have some free workouts on my website. So the express workouts, the mobility workouts are always free. The chair exercises are all free. So I do ask for your email address. I'm not a spammer. You get like one email a week. So you get weekly challenges, recipes, things like that. It goes out on Monday morning. The only other time I send it out is if there's something crazy going on, which is very rare. All that being said, I hope you enjoyed the workout. I hope you have a wonderful day and stay safe. Bye, everybody.